In Romania, it's a common practice to use leg traps to restrain horses, preventing them from wandering off and getting lost. These traps tightly clamp around their legs and are anchored to the ground with thick chains, as horses are incredibly strong animals. Unfortunately, once trapped, the chances of escape are slim, and the experience can cause immense pain and long-term mobility issues for the horses. This widespread practice is largely unregulated by local authorities, posing a significant threat to the welfare of these magnificent animals. However, amidst this bleak situation, there was a ray of hope for one horse. While vacationing in the Balkan country, a man took a leisurely stroll through the picturesque countryside, marveling at Romania's natural beauty. As he wandered through the meadow, the distant sound of horses galloping and neighing caught his attention. Though he couldn't see them, the mere presence of these majestic creatures filled him with excitement. Tales of wild horses roaming freely in the hills and fields of Romania had captivated his imagination. As he continued his stroll, something caught his eye in the distance, nestled amidst the tall grass. Intrigued yet cautious, he approached the mysterious figure with trepidation, unsure of what he might find. With each step, his heart raced, until he stood before a sight that left him speechless. A magnificent wild horse lay before him. Its sleek, dark brown coat glistened in the sunlight, complemented by a mane of black, shaggy hair that cascaded down its neck and spine. But the horse's grandeur was marred by a palpable sense of distress. Gasping in disbelief, the man realized the source of the horse's agony, a cruel trap ensnaring its legs. This was not the idyllic scene he had imagined, of horses roaming freely in the countryside. Instead, it was a heart-wrenching sight as the horse struggled against the chains that bound it, its eyes pleading for relief. With a heavy heart, the man approached, determined to help ease the animal's suffering. Fortunately, the man possessed not only a deep love for nature and animals, but also the skills of a trained veterinarian. With a sense of urgency, he retrieved his trusty travel knife and set to work, carefully slicing through the chains that ensnared the horse's legs. It was evident that the horse had endured this ordeal for days, weakened by its captivity. Miraculously, the horse remained calm and cooperative as the man worked to free it from its chains. Drawing upon his veterinary training, he remembered that horses, like humans, could benefit from pain relief. With this in mind, he administered 2 paracetamol tablets, hidden within an apple, to help alleviate the horse's suffering. As the horse eagerly devoured the treat, the man couldn't help but reflect on the cruelty of humans towards these majestic creatures. Wild horses, symbols of freedom and grace, should never have to endure such torment at the hands of mankind. It was a stark reminder of the importance of compassion and empathy towards all living beings. In that moment, as the horse gratefully accepted his assistance, the man understood the profound impact of his intervention. Had he not arrived when he did, the horse's fate may have been sealed, a tragic consequence of human indifference. As the man continued his rescue efforts, a heavy sadness settled upon him, knowing that countless other horses in Romania and beyond may have suffered a similar fate. Yet, despite the weight on his heart, he remained resolute in his determination to save the injured animal, hoping that the painkillers would soon bring relief. Returning to the task at hand, the man carefully worked to free the horse from the painful chains, relieved that the horse remained cooperative. However, his relief turned to shock when he discovered that one of the chains had embedded itself deeply into the horse's flesh, causing unimaginable agony with every movement. Though apprehensive about how the horse would react, the man knew he had to act swiftly to alleviate its suffering. With patience and care, he began the painstaking process of removing each chain, bracing himself for the horse's distressed reactions. Despite the horse's initial struggles, it eventually settled, allowing the man to continue his work. For over half an hour, the man worked tirelessly, delicately extracting the chains from the horse's hooves. Though the horse still showed signs of pain, the man hoped that his actions, combined with the effects of the painkillers, would provide some relief from the excruciating ordeal the animal had endured. Fortunately, the moment arrived when the horse was finally liberated from the chains that had bound its legs and hooves. With a sense of relief, the man carefully cleansed the wounds with water, noting that they appeared serious but not yet infected, a testament to the horse's resilience. As the horse stood free, it emitted a sigh of relief, embodying a newfound sense of tranquility now that it was unshackled from its torment. Observing the horse rise to its feet, the man felt reassured that the wounds would heal without lasting harm. Yet, what unfolded next left him speechless and moved him to tears. In a gesture of profound gratitude, the horse approached the man, defying its reputation for unpredictability, and tenderly nuzzled his face, as if expressing heartfelt thanks for his intervention. Overwhelmed by the horse's display of trust and appreciation, the man was deeply touched, realizing the profound bond that had formed between them in the wake of the rescue. The man couldn't help but chuckle as he gently stroked the horse's head. Suddenly, the horse took several steps backward and reared up on its hind legs, emitting a triumphant neigh that echoed through the meadow. Its mane danced in the wind as it gracefully descended back to the ground with a satisfying thud. Overwhelmed by the spectacle before him, the man felt a surge of emotion welling up inside. Locking eyes with the man, the wild horse seemed to offer a silent acknowledgement of gratitude before turning away and striding purposefully across the meadow. As it picked up speed, breaking into a gallop in search of its herd, the man wiped away tears, knowing that this extraordinary encounter would forever be etched in his memory.